Hi everyone. Myself, I'm Harshita S. I'm currently pursuing my 7th SEM in Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering. So my today's topic is about the user interface design. In this particular subject, we'll be studying how to create the graphical user interface and how it will be displayed in the Android Studio. So basically, what is the user interface design? The user interface design is the process designers use to build interfaces in the software or computerized devices focusing on looks or style. Designers aim to create interfaces which users find easy to use and pleasurable. UI design refers to graphical user interfaces and other forms. Example, the voice controlled interfaces. So how do you design the user interface for users? So basically, this is about designing the user interfaces for the users. So the graphical user interfaces, the voice controlled interfaces, and the gesture based interfaces. So these are the three methods of creating the interfaces for the users. So first is the graphical user interfaces. So in this, the users will basically interact with the visual representation and on the digital control panels, and a computer's desktop is also a graphical user interface. So now voice controlled interfaces, the users here will interact with these through their voices and most smart assistants, and Siri on iPhone and Alexa on Amazon devices are the voice controlled interfaces which we very much use in today's generation. And the gesture based interfaces, user engage with 3D design spaces through modulary motions, example in the virtual reality games. So next is, what is Android Studio and how do you uh, create your content, that is the graphical user interface using Android Studio, and why Android Studio will see. So the advancement in the mobile technology has improved everyone's life. Nowadays, various mobile technologies as well as mobile phones compete in the market. So the users use this Android Studio, and this app is mainly for the graduate students. This will help them to do the revision at the important times like placement and semester exams. And if they use this app, they won't need extra load of study materials and faculty to do the rest of the learning. Nowadays, applications which we can use without internet access are popular and paper based, and also there are many mobile applications that are available that will provide the mock test, and our app follow the same path as well. So this is the reason we are using Android Studio, which is an advancement of using and creating the graphical user interface using any of the languages. Next, the Android Studio will support all the same programming languages of Intel J and Java, C++, and more with extensions such as Go and Android Studio 3.0 and later versions Kotlin, and all Java 7 language features and a subset of Java and 8 language features that vary by platform version. External project backport some Java 9 features, while IntelliJ states that Android Studio supports all released Java versions and Java 12. It's not that clear to what level Android Studio supports Java versions up to Java 12. So next is, at least some new language features up to Java 12 will be usable in the Android. So what is the GUI in Android Studio? So the Quiz Android app project is a student project. So I'm talking about the Quiz Android app project because I'm going to create an online quiz project using the Android Studio. So this particular graphical user interface I'll be creating using the Android Studio. So what is this online quiz Android project app, and how I'm going to do, and what are its portfolios and objectives, we'll see. So the quiz Android app project is a student project that manages the online quizzes via cell phone and tablet PC. Smartphones are also so common that they support a range of variable applications, and Android is a well-known operating system, and the success of Android apps is gaining a lot of value. And one of the basic Android apps is the Android apps in the Android quiz app. And starters who are worried about developing apps using Android software, creation should begin with the basic quiz application Android project. Awareness about the programming of database lets you realize that no understanding of the programming of the database Not to think about it, this Android quiz application project can be completed with or without the database connectivity. Nowadays, people have been moved so much into the modern technology that they really want an internet intelligent living environment along with the intelligent objects which contain powerful infrastructure with the most desired features. Thus, Android mobile applications may become very popular among the smartphone users. The quiz application project will be developed to overcome the time consuming problem of manual system, and apart from that, in the current system the checking answer sheets after taking test wastes the examiner times, so this application will check the correct answer and save the time. The users who use this system do not need high computing knowledge, and also system will inform them while entering invalid data and helps in practicing the questions in simpler manner. So now we'll see how this Android Studio, we have created the online quiz project using the Android Studio. So entering into the Android Studio, so now we'll see the XML part of my online quiz application. So we'll be using the we'll be using the XML part for the designing purpose, and in XML part we'll be creating this entire layout using the relative layout. So why we are using relative, we are using two types of layouts, and first we are using the relative layout. So relative layout is nothing but this layout will allow us to position our view or components based on the position of relative or sibling views. And next we'll be continuing the sub layers with the linear layout. So the linear layout, so this linear layout will allow us to align all the children in a single direction, vertically or horizontally. So now we'll be using the text view. So text view is nothing but it is a simple heading option. So in this text view, we are giving the total number of questions, and I am fixing it with height, text size, horizontal or vertical, everything, and giving the size to it, everything. And next text view will be given as this question will be right. And next I'm given the linear layout to show the sub points, that is this horizontal and vertical positions, to give the true or false statements. Next, we're giving button. Button will be placed in order to give the action for the given text view or edit view. So button is usually giving us and doing some action. And we are given the options here, that is answer A, B, C, and D. So when the user clicks on this button, so the option will they can generate the option, I mean the answer, whether it is correct or wrong. So this is the actual use of the buttons. Next, we are terminating the linear and the relative layout. So once we give this button and etc., our design looks like this. So these total questions is given by the text view, and this will be the question is also given by the text view, and this answer A, B, C, D as mentioned is given by the button, and submit is also given by the button. So when the question will be displayed, so when the user clicks on the one of the options and press on the submit button, so the action will be taken place, because for the action purpose we are submitted with the help of button. So now this will be the question. So I've just written this will be the questions, but I have to show you how where will be the questions and how I've designed the questions. So I've created another file in the Android Studio of this application, that is nothing but question answer.java. So in this question answer.java, I've given what is the number of questions. So here I'll be given, I've been given the number of questions. I've used the Java language here. So these are the basic header file, the package and public static string is all the basic things about the Java. And these, which company owns the Android, starting with this question to the abbreviation of SSC. These are the questions that have been entered. And I've given the key answers, that is the choices in the public static string choices. So I've given options for all the questions. And next we have the correct answers is also being given. for all the six questions. The correct answers is also been given. So in this question answers.java, I've given the question, the choices, and then the correct answers. So I've connected this question answer.java and activity.xml to the main activity.java. So here we are being using the Java language. So we have been using the basic header file of the Java that have been implemented here. Next, we have given what is the text view total questions and text view question and the buttons and the submit button. So first, to explain this code. So starting with explanation of this code starts with giving the integer, that is the score will be given to the 0, and the total question will be given in the length form, and the current question index is being given 0. So this is a very important point when we come to the discussion of the final result. So we have given the current question index is 0. So if the total number of questions will be 6, then since it starts at count from 0, so when you give all the 6 correct answers, it will be giving you 5 out of 6 because you're starting your count from the 0. So this is the main thing that we'll have to keep in remembrance. And next, we'll whatever you select the answer, because it's in the form of letters, it is given in the form of string. So the data type is given as string. Next, I've given the total questions and to identify the questions and answer A. So this have been identified by the button, that is answer A, B, C, D, and I've given the submit button. So next we'll see. So now we are seeing the most important point. We are giving here the total question text view dot set text and the total number of question plus question. So once you give the total number of question, next you will come to the load new question. So from this, the another part of the main program begins. So I've set the background color, etc. Now, if the clicked button dot id, so whatever the clicked option is there, and then you give the submit button. So the selected answer equals the question answer plus the correct answer and the current index answer. So this will increase your score if it is the correct one, or else it will be the correct index plus plus and load new question. Else select answer is equals to clicked button dot get text to string. So clicked button dot, this is nothing but you are setting the background color. So when you load new question, so the current question index will be equal to total question. So we'll finish the quiz and it is written. Now we'll see how the score works in this quiz. So I've set the quiz score in such a way that, so the pass status is given in the data type string, and if the score is greater than the total question into 0.60, then the pass status is passed, else it will be failed. So it will be generated in an alert dialog box saying that it is passed, or else it has been false, that is it has been failed. So that will be displayed in the form of show. So next, there is another option to restart the quiz. That time when you restart, the score will be 0 and the correct question will start from the 0. It will be loading the next question. So this is the way I've been created my online quiz application using the Android Studio. That is by you designing designing the user interface by using the XML and connecting it through the Java. And when I run this application, I get my output as following. So this is my output that I get. So the total number of questions is 6. So which company, this is the question that have been entered. So which company owns the Android? So for suppose if I give it as Google. and submit. And the next question is, which one is not a programming language? So Notepad. Next is, are you watching this video? Facebook. So who acted in the movie Brahmastra? Next, abbreviation of MAD. So the answers that I've entered for few of the questions might be right and might not be right. So the score is finally 4 out of 6, which means I've answered 5 out of 6 because the index value will currently start from 0. So if you take 5 correct, it will be starting from 0. So it is 0 to 4, that is 5 out of 6. So here you can again restart your quiz. So this is how it is. So this is all about my Android quiz application using Android Studio. So this way you can create number of user interface design by using Android Studio, which is even more friendly when compared to others. So thank you.